Hi everyone, welcome to this video. I have used a whole bunch of brand new products, or brand new to me products, to create this look. The majority, I think all but one or two where I didn't have anything new, were higher end products. So stuff that you can get in Sephora or Mecca or David Jones or Maya. And this is what the look came out to look like. And I'm pretty happy with it. Along the way, there are a few road bumps, just like everything in life. Yeah, but I hope that you like this video. I hope you stick around to the end. And I would love for you to subscribe and give me a thumbs up or leave me a comment. So I've got nothing on my skin at the moment. I have just washed my face and you can see that there's some trouble spots here where I have quite sensitive skin and something's reacted to it this week. So I need to be a little bit careful of that. But what I thought I would do is I would prep my skin or start prepping my skin with the Charlotte Tilbury Charlotte's Magic Cream. I've wanted to try this for forever. So I'm going to just dot a little bit on my face. So I'm not sure how much to use. And I'm just going to rub that in. Under my eyes, I'm going to go ahead and apply this Arcona Eye Dew. This one is just about finished, I think, because I've been using it for quite a while. I really like this because it's very like sticky, not sticky, but it's just very gel-like and it really absorbs really quickly under the eyes. And I'm just going to like lightly, I'm not rubbing or tugging at the skin, I'm just sort of massaging that over the eye area or under eye area. Alright, so let's get started on the makeup. So I am going to try out this today. This is the Illamasqua Skin Veil and it's in the Hydra Veil variety. There's a matte one and there's a Hydra Veil. And a few years ago, people were going nuts over this product because it was said to just be one of the most hydrating bases around. Now, I received this in PR a few weeks ago, I want to say, because Illamasqua has just come back to Australia via ry.com.au. It's really, really jelly-like. I'm going to use a spatula to remove just a little bit. Oh, that's probably too much. Here, that's probably, let's try out that much. And it's got a consistency like a sleeping, those bouncy sleeping masks. So let's have a go. Oh, it's really jelly-like and really, it just spreads out so much, like so a little bit goes a long way. I was going to rub off that eye cream under my eyes, but it's actually all been sucked up by my skin, which is fantastic. Alright, so that feels really nice. Okay, then with another brand new product, I picked this up last week. I haven't given it a try yet. This is the Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer from Tarte, and I picked this up because Tati absolutely loves it and I thought I would give it a try. This is so thick, it's almost like a solid, and it's obviously a pore filling primer. It's obviously like one of those dimethicone type of products. I'm just going to press that on my nose and my cheeks and wherever I have like enlarged pores. Mostly just in my T-zone, and hopefully it will help to make my foundation last a little longer as well. Alright, so for foundation, I'm going to try another product from Illamasqua that has been raved about for years. This is the Illamasqua Skin Base, and what's great about these is that they're really well known for, you know, they're great for mixing, and you can actually buy, I think this is one of the first brands that ever did like a lightening and darkening drops, so you can actually buy other colors and mix them in with your skin base color to either lighten or darken. Alright, so it looks like it's probably going to be a little bit dark, but we'll see how we go. I'm just going to dot that on my face, and I'm using the Sigma, what is it, 3D HD Kabuki. And when I first received this, I've had this for, I want to say, a couple of years now. I was really skeptical about it working and like why, like 3D, all brushes are 3D, but I actually have grown to really love this brush. Okay, so let's go ahead and stipple this. It is a little dark, but it will work. Alright, so immediate impressions are that there's really nice coverage here. It's quite matte, and I think if I hadn't prepped my skin as much as I did, it would be looking very, very dry. Can you see it's covering up that redness really well? And it's not looking too cakey. It's looking a little heavy on the skin. In the future, I think if I use this again, seeing how it goes, but I think I'm going to mix it with a little bit of something hydrating. So I might actually mix some of that Hydra Veil into it, which will sheer it out a little bit, which I don't mind too much, but will also maybe make it look less matte. It's actually looking fine now that I'm blending it in a little bit more. These under eye bags are serious today. I don't have any new concealer, so I'm just going to use the Tarte Shape Tape, and this one I'm using today is in light medium. I feel like, I don't know, I'm just really over the very bright under eye area at the moment. So I'll just dot some of that there. I'm quite dark, as I said, and I'll put a little bit on the lids and a tiny bit on a spot here, spot there, and maybe just a little bit more. And I'm going to use that brush that I already used and just dab that in. The cat that never wants to be on camera is always at my feet, and every now and then I jump because she'll just like lick my leg or rub against it because I forget that she's there. Or she'll just walk past or run past really loud so you hear the jingle. Alright, so that's covered up that darkness really well. I tend to use whatever's left on the brush just to run down my nose. Another Illamasqua product. Can you tell I received a whole bunch of them recently? This is the powder foundation, and I'm just going to use this quite lightly to set my makeup. And I'm just going to use one of my favorites, the Cosmetics powder brushes, and I'm just going to pick up a little bit of this. Hopefully it's not too pigmented, and just swirl this to set my makeup. Oh, I actually like this a lot. Would you believe that I've never actually used a powder foundation? I just feel like it would really make my face look really dry. But this is going on really nicely, and it's mattifying even more, and it's just like it's adding just a little bit of coverage. I think I'm looking a little bit too maybe orange, I'm not sure. Alright, so I've gone ahead and primed my eyes. I didn't use anything new. It was the Urban Decay Primer Potion. And then I've set my eyelids with a little bit more of that powder that you just saw. And now I'm super, super excited to crack into this. So this is Chloe Murillo's Pretty Fun and Fearless Palette Volume 2. And this one, not only does it contain a whole bunch of pretty shadows, but it actually contains a lot more of them. So the last palette actually only contained, I want to say 12 shades, whereas this one I think has 20. So this one contains 20 shades. It's a lot more fun and colourful than the other one. I really, really like the other palette because the shades were so wearable and so everyday. This one's a little bit, I think it's just really fun. Straight away I know that Nini is something that I'm going to be able to wear in the crease. I'm also really, really interested in that shade there for a cooler type look. But let's just see where we go. Alright, so as I said, I'm going to start off with Nini, and I'm going to take that on a big brush, and I'm going to start putting that just in the crease. So this shade's like a mauvey kind of shade, and I'm all about that at the moment. So first impression is that this is going into the crease quite nicely. It's not skipping. It's blending, and I've ended up taking it all over the lid as well just because I really like the shade. The eyeshadow primer potion's really gripping today. I love these sorts of shades where depending on how much of it you use, you can really like intensify, and it almost looks different on the lid. Okay, using the same brush, I'm going to go into Violet and pick up just a little bit because I don't know how pigmented it is yet. And let's put that in the crease. Oh, this is nice. I'm going to grab a little bit of Marin, and I'm going to put that in the outer corner, and then I'm going to blend. And that Marin colour has really, like, just a little bit has gone such a long way. It's really dispersed all over the eye, so I might need to clean that up a little bit. I'm going to take my finger and pick up some of the copper shade. I remember last time quite a few people were unhappy with the shimmers, thinking they weren't really strong enough. They seem to be a lot better in this palette. That's copper there. Let's try rose gold. Well, that's really pretty, and it's brightened it up quite a bit. Okay, I want to intensify that just a little bit, so I'm going to pick up the rose gold shade on a flat brush and spritz it to make it more intense, and also to make it behave a little bit more like a cream shadow, so that you can move it around on the lid quite easily. I'm going to go ahead and clean up around the edges because they're looking a little muddy and unblended. I feel like this palette is missing sort of something to blend out with. I feel like, let's see how this white goes, but it might be too stark, but we'll have a go. Grabbing a smaller like pencil style brush, I'll pick up some more of that violet and I'll take that under the eye and then buff it out with some more of Nini. I want to brighten up that lid a little bit more, so I might take the shade Halo and pop Halo into the inner corner as well for some brightness. I think the formula of this palette is a lot better than the last one. I did really like the last one, but I feel like they've just maybe fine-tuned the formula, and it's just performing a lot better. The swatches at least are so much better. Now that the foundation has dried down a bit, I feel like it's a little bit off if we compare it to my chest, but I think I'll just take the foundation later. I'll take it down a little bit further and it will actually be fine. I picked up a couple of the Anastasia blush trios the other week. I just wanted to see what the formula was like. I'd never tried a blush before, and I picked up this one, which is very, very pretty and pink, and I think I'm going to try out I think I'm going to try this shade here, which I believe is called Rose. This is the Pink Passion palette. I'm just going to use an angled blush brush, up a bit of color there, and just dab that on my face. Oh, okay, maybe a little bit too much. That is so bright, we're gonna have to buff that out a bit. Well, I guess we're going for a rosy look today. Check this out. This is the this year's summer or Christmas edition of the Clarins bronzer. So this is the Bronzing and Blush Compact. It is absolutely stunning. So stunning that I almost don't want to use it. Almost. And it contains sort of a gradient. So we have a blush there, which we're not going to use today, and then 3 shades of their beautiful bronzing powder. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to grab that brush from before. You can see it doesn't have any pink left on it because I really buffed that in. And I'm going to run my brush over those 3 top shades. And let's bronze. I've really been impressed with the Clarins bronzers lately. I have tried out one before, and it's just, they're really smooth, these powders. I don't feel like people talk about this brand enough. This is the Sugar Glow Kit from Anastasia. Until 6 months ago, I'd never tried any of the glow kits from Anastasia, and so I got the original one, I think it was, and I really, really liked the way that they applied. So I thought, when I saw these colours, I thought I'd pick this one up. It's a little bit different to other stuff I have in my collection. And let us go forth and highlight. Oh, okay, so it's just a little subtle glow. That is insane. And then I'm gonna have to tone this down before I go out. They are not kidding. Yeah, so just a little subtle glow today. I haven't got anything new for my brows, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do them off camera. Again, nothing new that's high end for mascara, but I do have the new Maybelline and Gigi Hadid Fiber Mascara, so I thought I might try that one out. So I'm just pressing those fibers on the ends of my lashes while the mascara is still wet. We're going to finish off today's look with some liner. This is the Lip Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury in the iconic shade Pillow Talk. And I'm just going to go ahead and overdraw them slightly, not too much. I really want to just kind of plump out the edges a little bit more. This shade's really nice. I actually feel like I could just wear this by itself. Now this is a lot more pale than I thought it was going to be. It's very creamy, very smooth. It looks quite natural, I think. For lips, I was going to use one of these lip colours from the Christmas edition here. And I was going to use this one here. So it's one of their Stay All Day liquid lips. But this one isn't a brand new shade. It's actually a shimmer shade called Splendor. I don't know if it's going to match the rest of my look now. I'm going to give it a try. And if I don't like it, I'll replace it with something else. Oh, and that is very shimmery. It's so pretty. I absolutely love this shade, but with the darker eyes and the crazy highlight to go out and do some errands and, like I said, go to the vet, I think this is a bit much, so I'm going to take this one off, but great shade. It hadn't dried down yet, but a little bit of the shimmer is actually still stuck to my lips, which actually I like it. But for the sake of using something brand new on my lips, I'm going to go ahead and use this. Look at this, isn't it beautiful? This is the Hourglass lipstick, and it is in the shade My One Desire. And I'm going to go ahead and apply this on top, and see how this goes during the day. And that is it. I'm going to go ahead and set my face. I don't have anything new to do that with, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my Skindinavia, the makeup finishing spray, and then I will be out the door. I really like it. I was a little concerned before I put my lipstick on and the mascara on. I was a little concerned that the eyeshadow was not looking the best. I thought that maybe it was a little bit muddy or a little bit messy looking, and it is a little messy, but that's application rather than formula. But once everything's come together, I actually don't mind it too much. I think the look's actually not too bad. Even the highlighter, once I've spritzed it, has, instead of intensifying and becoming even brighter, it's actually toned it down a little bit, which I'm really, really happy about. So again, this is the finished look. I've used a whole bunch of brand new to me higher end products. It's really spraying, it really made such a difference. It's just past 3 o'clock now, and it's been on since 9 o'clock. Something really strange has happened. First of all, I've gotten pretty shiny, but I didn't use a lot of powder today, so that doesn't really surprise me. It's turned out to be a bit of a stinker of a day. But something really funny has happened where only where I've put the powder, the foundation's gone quite orange. I'm not sure if you can see that, but my neck and my chin underneath is quite pale, even though I did blend foundation down there. So that's not a good sign. I don't know if that's oxidization because of the powder. I don't know if the powder's changed color, although that's not really usual. But everything else, the eye look is still quite, like, it hasn't fallen apart, the oils haven't come through, the highlighter's still there, the blush, everything else is down there. Yeah, it's just the foundation is breaking up a little bit around the nose. The as expected, the lipstick was a creamy lipstick. We ate, it's gone. There's still a little bit around the edges, but I'm not too worried about that. Alright, it's really bad lighting. I'm actually in TK Maxx at the moment, and I'll show you what I'm doing. But the lipstick is gone because I ate lunch. But let's have a quick look around TK Maxx. PM or just after 6 PM actually, and I usually wear makeup for a lot longer than this. It's been 9 to 6, which is an average workday sort of, and the makeup hasn't held up all that well. There are certain elements that lasted a lot longer than others. Today was quite warm. My face is quite oily. It does feel like a mess. And if I wasn't doing a sort of test run of a whole bunch of different products, I probably would have blotted my face and tried to get rid of some of this oil, but I just wanted to see how things would go. I think the fact that I didn't use my usual setting powders really played a big factor in that. Even though I thought I blended quite well, I think the powder foundation really clung to certain areas and went orange as my skin became more oily. And so when I was actually in an elevator, in one of the many places we went today, I used my finger to try and blend some of that product into those white patches, but all I managed to do is move that product down, so now there's white patches on my cheek. Some of my blemishes are poking through. There's nearly no foundation left in these areas. There are some new blemishes coming up, and I'm not saying that that's because of this foundation or any of the skin products. It's probably just a coincidence, but I feel like just touching my skin is going to reveal, yeah, so I'm not sure if you can see that, but just touching my skin there has wiped away any makeup. And so I've just got this bare patch of skin there. My eyeshadow still looks okay. I wasn't the biggest fan of the look that I did, but again, that's more me, more than the eyeshadow palette. But my eyelids are still, they don't feel greasy. I think the primer potion really worked well. Brows still look as they did this morning. My nose is really greasy looking. And as I said, just if you touch any part of my face, the makeup just comes off. It's interesting though, because it's mostly this part here that the makeup is wiping off. And I've just thought about it. I used the Tarte primer all around this area, didn't I? So it's not actually coming off as much here as it is in these areas here. So that's obviously worked to, even though I'm still very oily, it's worked to cling on to some of that makeup. But yeah, what a day. We went to Chloe's vet this morning, then we went to, what did we do after that? Oh, we went and had lunch, then we went to, you saw we were at TK Maxx, so I walked around a little bit there and just tried to find a few things. And then we went to another vet for a whole nother reason, then we went to the hospital to visit a family member, and now we're home. And it's just been one of those days where you've just done a lot and you're exhausted, but you don't feel like you've actually achieved anything. I'm very much keen to take this all off. As I said, we're about to go for a bit of an afternoon swim. It was a stinker today, but if you like this video, I'd love for you to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. I really enjoy doing these tests where they're a combination between a get ready with me, a first impressions, and a, you know, test out different types of makeup. Like I said, if you enjoy these too, then let me know in the comments below. But other than that, thank you so much for coming and spending a little bit of time with me on my little corner of the internet. I will see you next time. Bye. That feels so good.